I want to share how we're using AI at commonsku for podcast and audio editing is another example. And I know not many of you have a podcast, but you might change your mind about that after you see this. So I'll give you an example of an episode we recorded with Brittany Godsey at the CRO at Gold Bond. Here's an example of a program I use called Descript, where this used to take hours to edit an audio podcast. And now what I can do is I can go into a program called Descript, and in one click, I can ask it to remove the filler words. You know, those words like I've been stammering through this entire presentation, like and ah, and all of those filler words. There's almost on average 139 is the least amount of filler words that I've had removed from a 30-minute episode. You can think about that. Usually it's around 250 to 350 filler words, which is astounding, and it sounds amazing. Now you might be thinking, well, Bobby, I don't know, you may want to leave those in. It's kind of genuine. Well, they're called roadblocks when you're listening to audio. If you had to listen to uhs and ahs the whole time, you'd probably check out soon. So it's a beautiful and brilliant tool. Also, Charles, this has to baked into it a create social copy and create blog posts. This is fairly new, but you're seeing on my screen the audio transcript on the left is my conversation with Brittany. You're seeing the audio at the bottom, and on the right, you're seeing me click create a social post, and it automatically does what Jasper does, which is create in your unique voice social copy for that episode. Also, I'm asking it right now to create an entire blog post based on the conversation. Now, something, Charles, you might have noticed this too. I've noticed that this has changed. So I have been pretty involved in AI over the past year at least, and I have seen a lot of changes from a natural voice standpoint. I don't think we have near as much as that disingenuous voice that we used to hear when we first started using it. Wouldn't you say?
Would totally agree. I mean, we have Google Home at home, and comparing that voice from when you ask it what the weather is compared to like Google's Gemini version of their AI responses, it's even the physical voice or the audio voice is different, but even like the content and the way it responds is completely different than it used to be.